this is a moment of truth for ASEAN. We have to either step up and carve out a clear, purposeful role for ourselves in this changed world, or ASEAN will lose its relevance. What we have today can serve as a model for ASEAN to build on, eventually to have an ASEAN GCC FTA. There are many things that ASEAN can do to accelerate our integration, and this task is more urgent than before, particularly in this new global environment which is more uncertain and turbulent. In many ways, this is a moment of truth for ASEAN. We have to either step up and carve out a clear, purposeful role for ourselves in this changed world, or ASEAN will lose its relevance. It includes making ASEAN completely tariff-free, reducing non-tariff barriers, working on more seamless trade, not just on the goods side, but even on services, making ASEAN more attractive as an investment destination. So these are all traditional areas associated with trade and investments that we can work on. And then there are also new areas to integrate, especially in terms of digital connectivity and power connectivity. We can engage America both bilaterally and collectively as ASEAN. Because ASEAN is diverse, and the individual members of ASEAN are at different levels of economic development, and our trade balances with America are also different, and the issues that we have with the US are different. So ASEAN member states also want that flexibility to engage America individually, but there is also benefit for us to come together as a group to engage America as ASEAN. And the two are not mutually exclusive. In fact, they are complementary and I would say reinforcing, because actually we are not at cross purpose. Whether engaging as individual member states or engaging as ASEAN, our objective is to reduce barriers with America, to reduce trade and investment barriers. And no one quite knows what America's key preoccupations and priorities are, and they have many concerns around the world to deal with. At this stage, maybe ASEAN is not uppermost on their minds, but certainly we would like America to be engaged in the region, and when America is ready, we will welcome that engagement with ASEAN. We are glad that this time we had the chance to meet with the GCC countries and also together with them and China. Singapore is the first non-Middle Eastern country to have an FTA with the GCC. We are in touch with the GCC to upgrade our FTA with them. But what we have today can serve as a model for ASEAN to build on, eventually to have an ASEAN GCC FTA. China adds a new element to the picture. So it's good that we had, for the first time, a summit involving all three parties, China, GCC, and ASEAN. Of course, the more ambitious plan is to think on a larger scale, not just China, but RCEP, of which ASEAN and China are part of. And if RCEP and the GCC can come together to form some form of a partnership, I think that's significant, because collectively, the RCEP and GCC economies make up 35% of the world's GDP. I think Malaysia has been a very effective and energetic chair. There's still more to come. It's not over yet, but given what has transpired so far, how Malaysia has helped to steer ASEAN through challenges, including the US tariff actions, humanitarian crisis in Myanmar, difficult issues like the conflict in Gaza. These are all global issues that matter to us as well in ASEAN, and Malaysia has taken the lead to help ASEAN navigate these issues, and also taken the lead to help ASEAN forge stronger partners with GCC, for example. So we commend our Malaysian chair for what they have done this year. We look forward to our turn to host